Hello darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Raven. My glasses are always dirty and I like to play with makeup. Today I'm going to share with you some of my absolute favorite drugstore products. Some are new to me, some are old favorites, and show you how I get kind of my everyday vintage, pinup, retro, rockabilly, whatever you want to call it, makeup. So if you would like to hang out with me a little bit today and see what some of my favorite drugstore products are to achieve this look, just stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thanks so much for sticking around. I'm so glad to have you here. So today, like I said, we are talking about some of my favorite drugstore makeups for a quick, easy, pinup, vintage, retro-y look. I would really like to share this baby with you. This is the Dream Catcher palette in Golden Horizons. There it is. Pretty affordable palette that has everything I need to create my standard everyday look. Here is the inside, and I know immediately you might be thinking, where's the mirror? I had this thing for a while before I discovered that there is actually a mirror. Woo! Good job, NYX. You hid the mirror from me. And the number one thing that I think was what made me pick it up from the store, from Ulta, is that color right there. That is a matte white shade, which is impossible to find in a drugstore palette, and even a lot of high-end palettes. And if you're familiar with doing like pinup makeup looks, you need a matte white. It's so important. So I'm liking this palette because there's a matte white. There are also some 3 shades of matte browns in here. You got a lighter one, medium, darker one, all mattes. And then you've got a gray, kind of a satiny, shimmery, not too shimmery, dark gray color. You got this nice golden color, a nice deep kind of plummy, maroony color. All these ones are really good for kind of livening up your look on the weekends, or if you're more into more dramatic looks. There is, that one's a nice one too for popping on the lid. This kind of creamy golden color with gold glitter in it. Nah, there's no pigment in it, and the glitter just falls all over your face. I love all the rest of the colors. This pink color I'm going to work with today. It's very delicate and nice. I love it, love it, love it. I was wearing this palette in one of my previous videos. I forget which one it is, but I'll find it and I will link it below. And I did have a few people say they really liked my makeup look that day, so I'm going to recreate it today. That's what we're going to do and show you this palette. I already have my foundation, concealer, powder, and eyebrows on, and I have already primed my lids. First thing I am going to do is go in with that white color. All right, so I got that white, and I'm going right up under the brow bone. And it's not looking too insanely pigmented, but you can really build it up. It is pretty darn easy to build up, and right now I don't want it too stark. Then I'm just going to lightly dust it over the rest of my eye. Just kind of dust it all the way over. Excellent. Let's find a crease brush. I'm going to go in with a fluffy, just Wet n Wild. I'm not real finicky on brushes, and I'm going to use this lightest kind of beige one as a transition color. And I'm keeping my eyes open because I have hooded eyes and I want this to kind of be above the crease. Looking good. I'm going to take a smaller crease brush. I'm going to go in with that next color in. All right, and I'm going to go a little deeper in that crease, just right in the crease. Now these colors, the lighter colors, the browns, are not extremely pigmented, but I am perfectly fine with that because to me, that means they're buildable and I can kind of blend as I'm going. You're not going to lay down a bunch of color and go, oh my God, blend it out, which happens to me a lot with some other palettes. There we go. Now you can stop right here for crease work, or you can take it just a tiny bit further. I'm even going to use that exact same brush, and we're going to go in with the darker one, just to go slightly right in there. Just deepens it up ever so slightly. You do want to give that a little bit of a blend with the blending brush. That works. Next, you can either, which is one of my favorite things, go in with the white and then maybe even put on a little bit of, wet your brush a little bit and really pack it on there. And then you can do some shimmer or whatever. That is a look I really, really love. But today I'm going to go in with the pink since I've got some pink touches to my face. And that was a look that somebody, Ruby, said they really liked. So we're going in with that. So this pink I am going to just pack on the lid. I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus. Like I've said before, you don't have to use that particular setting spray. There we go. Ow! That was my elbow. Looking good. Just a little bit of blending. Now I'm gonna go back into that white and kind of do that brow bone. Cause that is my favorite part. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. Hello, white. Now, is this as good as, say, a Kat Von D white eyeshadow? Heck no. But it's $14.99 for the whole palette. And it's got everything I need in it. And I am going to pop it into this inner corner. Now, I'm probably going to put, like, whatever highlighter I use on my cheeks in there too. But I like to do that white base first. That's it for the eye look. Boom. Now I will be back in just a second after I do my eyeliner and mascara, and we'll finish up the face real quick. Okay, we've got eyeliner on and our mascara on. I just tried out this eyeliner from Physicians Formula. Somebody told me it was a dupe for the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper, and I didn't believe it, and holy cow. It is so very identical. I actually think I might like this one a little bit more. The formula is just slightly more wet, would be a bad word, because wet would lead it to bleed into my very wrinkly eye skin. But it's just wet enough to where it seems to glide a little bit better over my eyes. I think I'm in love, and it's half the price. So, that was a winner. All right, let's finish up the face. I'm pulling out some other drugstore stuffs that I've gotten recently and playing around and liking so far. I just recently got this e.l.f. Contoury palette. Now y'all know I'm not the world's most contouring person. It's not really my thing too much, and I'm not really good at it. But I do like to take a cooler shade and just slightly emphasize my cheekbones just a little bit. And this stuff isn't too pigmented to where it shows up as a dark line on my face, Whoa, that's really showing up on camera, but not so much in real life. But there we go. That's really showing up on camera, not as much in real life. Out of laziness sake and keeping trying out the palette, I'm going to just use this highlighter that's right in the same palette. I kind of like not having to reach for 20 different products when I'm doing my face, unless I'm really in the mood to play, but in real life, ain't nobody got time for that. Anybody else have that problem where you're looking and looking and looking and can't find the brush that's right in front of your face? So I'm gonna pop a little bit of that in the inner corner. And I think having that white base on from when we did the eye look just makes it that much more pronounced. There we go. On to blush. When I'm doing my, well, most days, vintage, pin-up-y, retro, again, whatever you want to call it, I tend to go for really pinky pink blushes. There's some of the ones I think they're so classic and young and fun. And one of my favorites is this Milani baked blush in Delizioso pink. I don't like the Milani packaging. It is so flipping bulky, and I know it came with, it's got a mirror. I know it came with a little brush. Those are useless, just useless. And just popping that right on the cheeks. I tend to go really heavy-handed really quickly on blush, and this blush doesn't really allow me to do that. It's got pigment, but it's not so pigmented that, whoo! Again, you put it on and then go, oh my God, blend it out, blend it out. But I do like pink cheeks. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. To finish it all off, blend this all together, I'm gonna grab my e.l.f. finishing powder. It's one of those corrective ones. It's just like that. Big fluffy brush, and just kind of blend it all together. And really, you can use any powder for this part. It don't really matter. Translucent or color correcting. Oh, that's coming back out. Do you see that? I'm 41. Why is that happening? Face is done. Gonna use my trusty NYX matte finishing spray. I love that more than the Fix Plus, Max Fix Plus. That does nothing in my mind except for do a really good job of wetting your makeup brush. And it does just as good of a job in my mind as the more expensive ones. Like, let's finish up with the lips. That's the last thing I'm doing. We are going to use the new Wet n Wild Liquid Cat Suit, and I am using Missy and Fierce, of course. Are you surprised? It's red. I tried this out recently, and it's got pretty decent staying powder, but it does tend to dry down and get a little uncomfortable. And then I picked up this Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner. Game changer. I've never had a lip liner like this. To me, most lip liners go on really stiff and dry, and that makes sense because it helps your lipstick last longer, right? And this one, it's a gel formula, so it's a lot creamier. And when I put it on, it just kind of felt like a very thin lipstick. It was creamy. I thought there's no way that this is gonna make my lipstick last longer. I was wrong. Gives you just a little bit more moisture, and the lipstick on top of it, I mean, it lasts forever. It's so cool. I cannot wait to try this out with other long wear lipsticks and other brands and see, and maybe I'll report back to you when that happens. It feels so creamy and comfortable. It's like it's its own comfortable lipstick. And one of the reasons why I like liquid lipstick so much is that I don't have to put on a lip liner. But if putting on a good lip liner like that makes it last longer and stay more comfortable, sign me up. I'm willing to do the extra step. This $5 lipstick really does beat some of my higher-ended lipsticks. I'm shocked. It does take a minute and a half to dry down, a little bit more having the lip liner underneath it, but so worth it. All right, so that is my finished look using some of my drugstore favorites, lots of NYX, lots of e.l.f., a little bit of Milani, Wet n Wild, drugstore stuff that I can get a really great everyday pinup look with it. I'm super loving this NYX palette from the drugstore. That matte white color is just to have in a drugstore palette. So nice. I really hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, seeing my everyday vintage look using drugstore products. If you did like this video or thought it was informative, do give it a thumbs up. Don't be stingy with that thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit subscribe before you leave, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.